Have you guys ever found yourself like walking into class or logging on in this instance and you look out around the classmates in your class or screen to screen and suddenly you're just honing in on one person and you're just thinking to yourself, my God, does he have beautiful, beautiful hair? Well, if you're nodding your head yes, I have great news for you because today I'm going to teach you guys how to style your hair using a curling iron. I'm credible to give you guys this information as I've been a professional hairstylist for the past 12 years, and I feel like you should listen to my speech as it's going to make you smarter and more well-versed on the topic. I'm going to show you this today using just 3 items and 7 easy steps. So now that I've told you that I'm going to teach you how to style your hair with a curling iron, let's discuss the tools that you're going to need. The first tool is obviously a curling iron. I'm using a 1-inch Hot Tools Marcel curling iron. The brand, the size, and the type of curling iron can vary, as long as there's a barrel and a clip. It's really all that matters. I stick to 1 inch because typically the curl lasts longer and you can customize it however you like. We're also going to be using a clip and or a hair tie. It really depends on, for sectioning, how you feel comfortable. When I'm doing somebody else's hair, like in the salon, I'm always using a clip. When I do my own hair, I use a hair tie. It's just easier for me to section that way. Now that we've talked about the items we're going to need, let's talk about the process. Step 1, believe it or not, would be to turn the curling iron on. So you plug it into the wall, you turn on the curling iron, and you figure out what heat it's going to be. So it depends, the heat level depends on your hair texture. If you have finer hair, if you have more fragile hair, or if you have hair that's been chemically treated, most specifically lightened, then you want to go lighter with the heat. So you want to stick to somewhere in the 300 to 350 range. If you have natural hair, coarser hair, thicker hair, or hair that's really not prone to hold a curl, then you can go all the way up to 400. I really wouldn't recommend much more than that just because it's pretty damaging on the hair. The next thing you're going to do is section your hair. So when I do my own hair personally, I start from the back and I go in horizontal sections working my way up. So I'm going to put mine up with a hair tie like I said. Ooh. I pre-sectioned a piece in the back in a braid, so she's trying to come up and join the party. And we are going to get the hair up right now. So like I said, I use a hair tie when I do my own hair, but it can be used as a clip or whatever really is comfortable for you to put your hair up with. Like, you can just toss that in there too. There we go. I'm going to take out this beautiful braid that I gave myself earlier today in preparation for this speech. And today I'm going to be showing you guys 2 sections. So on one side, I'm going to go kind of looser with it. And on the other side, I'm going to go a little tighter. The first thing you want to do, or the next thing you want to do, is place the iron on this the section. Now, a lot of people make the mistake of starting low and winding up. But when you do that, you end up with like just a curl on the end that'll eventually fall out to just be like a bend. So you really want to make sure that you place the curling iron further up, not, getting up to your skin or your root, but just somewhere in the middle so you can start to wind it up, which is the next step. So once you place the hair in your curling iron, and I'm using my phone to cheat because I didn't set up a mirror, you're going to start winding the hair into the curling iron. And now once you kind of get it in there, you're going to hold for anywhere between 5 to 8 seconds because the twisting next step is going to help you out. And as you take it out for this styling, we're going to twist. So I'm only going to twist this section twice as it is going to be our looser side. And you pull it out. Now you see here that it is stuck in a pretty tight curl. I'm going to get close for you there if you will. Great, awesome. While it's still hot, the final step, run your fingers through. When you run your fingers through it, it kind of breaks it up, giving more of that like lived in curl scenario rather than a super tight curl. Because when the curl is hot and it transfers to being cold, that's when the bond sticks. So if you have hair that doesn't really hold well or you want a really tighter curl, you can let it sit and cool off in that shape. So on this side, we're going to do the same sectioning and everything. We're going to get the curling iron in here. We're going to get it closer to the root, wind it up as we said before, feeding the hair into the curling iron. And like I said, for this side, I'm going to go a little tighter. So I'm going to hold. And while I twist out, and we're always going away from the face, you always want to curl away from your face. As it just looks better. I am going to be twisting about 3 times more. So 5 on this side, 2 on the other side. And as you can see, I hope, because I can't really tell. Oh yeah, we got a looser curl on this side, and we got like a tighter curl on this side. Now that we've gone through the steps, let's go over what we learned today. Today I taught you guys how to style your hair using a curling iron, using 3 items and 7 easy steps. I got into doing hair 12 years ago because I like to make people feel good. It's always been something that's been very important to me and brings me happiness. So if I, make someone feel good about their appearance, or if I can make someone feel good just with an interaction that we have while they're in my chair, I feel like I've had a good day, I've accomplished something. So hopefully from my speech, if you picked up any form of styling tips that will help you feel good about yourself, then I would consider this an accomplishment.